Tonight, Edo State government directs council chairman to submit account within 48 hours. Inclusiveness in governance and decision-making in focus as global community marks Day of People with Disabilities. Plus, National Orientation Agency takes prevention campaign on Lassa fever to streets in Benin City. Good evening. You're welcome to the main news bulletin on NTA Benin. I am Anwuli Okolo. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo has given the 18 local government chairmen in the state 48 hours to submit their statements of account to the Asset Verification Committee through the Office of the Secretary to the State Government and should be effective from 4th of September 2023 till date. This was when the local government chairman paid a solidarity visit to the governor at the Government House. Good luck, Enaini reports.
The meeting with the local government bosses at the Government House was anchored by the Deputy Governor Dennis Idahosa, who described the new administration as purposeful. He assured them of open door policy and clarified them on the purpose of the directive by the governor.
A few weeks ago, the Asset Verification Committee were constituted, and Mr. Governor is committed to transparency and accountability in this government, and that committee will not have the resources to go across the 18 local governments of Edo State. So we want you to submit your statement of accounts from on the 4th of September 2023 to date to the Asset Verification Committee within the next 48 hours, that's 2 days. And once that is done, that will enable the Asset Verification Committee to do their job very effectively.
Earlier, Chairman Association of Local Government of Nigeria Algon Edo State Chapter and Chairman of Orion Local Government Area Newman Ugiagbe pledged their loyalty to Governor Monday Okpebholo and promised to collaborate with him to ensure that the administration succeeds.
We are here to come and pledge our loyalty. The governance of Edo State is not attached to any party. From the day Mr. Governor and your humble servant was elected, every Edo person must key in every area to support and make sure that the administration succeeds.
This is the first time the council chairmen are visiting since the governor's inauguration. In Benin, good luck in NTA News.
Speedy implementation of the Edo State Disability Law enacted in 2024 is the key demand of persons with disabilities as they mark this year's International Day of Persons with Disabilities. This was at a workshop organized by the Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disabilities, NAVID, with support from the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption, ROLAC, at the 13th edition of the Right Above Charity Program. Bukola Rubusi reports that some beneficiaries were given starter packs to enhance their livelihood.
Encouraging the inclusion of people with disabilities in the workforce, thereby reducing dependency and poverty, the Executive Director and Facilitator, NAPV, Melody Omasa, says they stand to benefit when implemented in Edo State.
Edo State happens to be the only state presently that has a law more than 2 years. We do not have the commission to drive that law. So our call by persons with disabilities in Edo State is for the government of Edo State that has just begun its administration less than a month to establish the commission for persons with disabilities.
Keynote speaker, Professor Yinka Omorogbe, the Chief Judge Edo State represented, and some other guests say people with disabilities deserved equal rights to quality lifestyle.
I'm very much an advocate of their being employed and doing whatever it is that their skill, their particular skill sets are.
Finding a way to ensure that persons with disability are properly integrated into the society.
It reduces social stigma and discrimination, thereby improving quality of life which is already a source of concern to many.
Just a commission, it will even attract funders, donors, foreign investors to Edo State.
High point of the event was the presentation of starter packs to persons with disabilities.
My heart is full of joy. I'm happy. They are so grateful.
I'm so grateful, and I say thank you.
Today is my first time of being in this kind of celebration, but I've been hearing about it for a long time. But as I'm here, I love what I'm seeing.
After a short documentary on Navigate Project F impact, there was also a discussion segment on the implementation strategy for the Edo State Disability Law. The theme of this year's program is From Margin to Mainstream, Implementing the Edo State Persons with Disability Law 2022 for an Inclusive and Equitable Society. In Benin, Bukola Urubusi, NTA News.
In same vein, the National Association of Persons with Disabilities, Edo State Chapter, with support from the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption ROLAC, has embarked on a sensitization walk to drive home their demands. Inclusiveness in governance and decision-making process top their agenda. Ifeoma Okafor reports that this comes as the world marks International Day of Persons with Disabilities.
These are clusters of persons with disabilities across Edo State, sensitizing the public on the need to change the narrative of relegating them in the areas of empowerment, inclusion, and equal access for all. They believe that there is ability in disabilities as they are capable. With the theme for this year's celebration, amplifying the leadership of persons with disabilities for inclusion and sustainable future, these special people believe is apt as they sought the attention of the Edo State government and the Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ, for visibility and positive change. Anne Ojugo is the chairperson of the association.
In all spheres of life, there is supposed to be a disability desk that will attend to persons with disabilities in their special needs. But if you go to the various departments and all, we don't have such disability desk officers. We want the Edo State government to put or to establish the Disability Commission. We are saying we want inclusion.
Others also lend their voices.
Our laws guarantees a placement for persons with disabilities. When that law is enforced, persons with disabilities will be included in government programs, policies, and in development generally.
The kind of trauma or problems faced by persons with disability is increasing by the day because of economic crunch. If we look at the entire sphere of influence, people like me, for instance, I pay for transport when I'm coming to work. And if I have to take somebody who is a sighted guide to go with me, then the cost of my transportation for that day is on your higher side.
These clusters of people living with disabilities are optimistic that most of these issues that they raised will be addressed by the government, especially where it concerns the inclusiveness in government offices. In Benin, Ifeoma Okafor, NTA News.
Thank you, Ifeoma. In a bid to prevent the spread of the outbreak of Lassa fever in some parts of Nigeria and to eliminate the disease in the already affected states, the National Orientation Agency, NOAA, in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Health, have organized a sensitization program in Benin City, Edo State. The program is to caution the masses on the dangers of Lassa fever and how to prevent it. Rosemary Manu reports that the Director General of NOAA, Lanre Isao Nilu, was represented by the State Director Osanwo Hiren, also briefed the media shortly after a roadwalk.
Dispose of waste properly, use rat traps and maintain good hygiene. Avoid bush burning, which drives rodents into holes.
The sensitization program featured a roadwalk which kicked off from the museum at the popular Ring Road to other parts of the metropolis. The NOA officials were led by the State Director, Mr. Wogire. They educated the people on all they need to know about Lassa fever. the National Center for Disease Control, NCDC, toll-free number they can use to report any suspected case to the appropriate authorities were given to the people. Handbills were also distributed to amplify the public enlightenment.
This dry season, the thing has come up. We have had cases in some places, so we are out to see that we fight it. If you know the symptoms, once you see the symptoms or you recognize the symptoms, please go to a health center.
We have mapped out all our plans to ensure that the sensitization touches every nook and cranny of the state.
You must not expose your food, because this dry season, the rat, when you burn your bush, the rat will now go out. You want to find somewhere to hide, and it goes into the homes, and their urine and their feces contaminating with any materials in the house, and anybody takes it and it gets a problem.
As part of the program, the Director General represented also briefed the media on the need for a collective responsibility in the fight against the deadly disease.
I wish to call on all Nigerians to take personal responsibility for preventing Lassa fever. Support public health initiatives. Report any suspicious cases. We appreciate the support of NCDC and other stakeholders with the One Health Sector for their partnership and collaboration. Together with little actions, we can change the narrative for good, for the betterment of our country, in line with the renewed hope of Mr. President.
The NOA says, as a government agency saddled with the responsibility of value reorientation and attitudinal change with robust network platforms and structures, it will not relent in playing its part in the fight against Lassa fever, and to ensure that the current outbreak in parts of the country is eliminated. In Benin, Rosemary Omani, NTA News.
It's time for a break. Do stay tuned. We'll have more reports for you when we come back.
Enjoy Checkers custard, the rich and creamy custard that brings everyone together any day and any time.
Checkers. Now that's custard.
It's the Glow Festival of Joy, and it's raining exciting prizes. Oh, for 120 days, we take it to the max. Mind-blowing, loaded prizes. Take John, winning a tear rubber Toyota Prado by recharging up to 100,000 naira. And Sister T, winning a Cha-Cha Kia Picanto by recharging up to 50,000 naira. From the sky coming to
yes, the gifts are unloading joy all over Nigeria.
From Toyota Prados to Kia Picantos, Keke Napep, generators, sewing machines, and even grinding machines. Just dial *611#, choose your prizes, recharge the value for the month, and you too can win.
Whoa, you too can win, oh!
24 years in mind. It was a cloudy and sad day on December 4th, the year 2000,
For the family of Usayande and Igba community, when the news of the gruesome murder of our dearly beloved brother and uncle, Joseph Usamudiame Usayande, fondly called Big Joe, the founder of Big Joe Ventures Limited, filtered into the air, 24 years down the ladder, your family and entire Igba residents are still pained over the manner you departed this wicked world without saying goodbye. You were an entrepreneur par excellence, a visionary and goal-getter who meant well for the people and the advancement of our state and the nation at large. Your killers thought they have also killed your dreams, but they have failed because the company you left behind, Big Joe Global Ventures, is growing bigger, stronger and better as you had always desired when you were alive. We miss you every day, but God loves you more. Signed, Monday Sayande, CEO, Amelsa Motors Limited and President of Igba Development Organization for the family.
You're welcome back. Elders of Zebu community are calling on Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, and the Inspector General of Police to wade into the alleged invasion of their community by one Mr. Sakbawa Eriyo, aka No Molest. They made the call while briefing journalists in Benin City. Elizabeth Omoko reports.
The elders of the community, who explained that the rift started in 2022, said they have sent several petitions to relevant authorities to investigate the issue, but to no avail. They alleged that Mr. Sakwawa, accompanying some police officers and some youth, invaded the community last Saturday, injuring several persons and arrested a total number of 6 members of the community.
We were sleeping at home when the police, in conjunction with No Molest and his thugs, came and started harassing everybody. They arrested one of our boy, Efe Dosa, Pomosa Iradia.
My own is to appeal and beg the governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, to come to our aid. Osakpawa and Franco Gudese have chased everybody out of their home.
As we speak now, all of us, everybody now, we all run away from our house. I'm calling the state government to intervene, to please call us to order.
The police is saying that it is the government that has given order. I know the governor cannot give such order.
In a phone conversation with Mr. Sakmawa Eriyo, he said the story portrayed by the elders is not a true reflection of what transpired.
They have a case in the police station that they need to come outside the police. I reported the case. They came to invade my hotel, destroy my properties as at that time. Nobody has invaded my community. My community there is intact. Everybody is doing their normal business. You can drive there and see if that place looks like a place where they invaded. Residents
of the community are appealing to relevant authorities to wade into the matter for normalcy to return to their community. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NTA News.
7 indigenous students of Isako origin have received scholarship awards from Isako Club 81 to enable them complete their secondary education. Jude Abugu reports that some illustrious sons and daughters of Isako land, including a former executive director marketing with the Nigerian Television Authority, Grace Ebabi, were also honored by the club.
These are the only 2 students out of the 7 beneficiaries that could travel to Benin City from Esaka to receive the scholarship award in person. Peter and Anita, like the other beneficiaries, struggled to go to school due to financial challenges, but with this scholarship worth 100,000 per annum, their secondary education is now guaranteed.
My father was suffering for my school fees and my brother's own too.
I'll focus in my book. I will not play.
The Benin chapter chairman of the club, Philomena Onwude, says the club is engaging in projects that uplift the well-being of the people in Esako communities.
Promise we made at our inauguration to help put smiles on the faces of our young indigent brilliant children in our rural communities. This is because we believe that the route to freedom comes through education. Our desire, therefore, is to identify students with potentials and help them achieve success.
8 members were presented with awards in recognition of their contributions toward the growth and development of the club. The former NTA Executive Director Marketing, Grace Egbagbe, received her award in absentia.
And to see us having this scholarship award program today and raising funds, I'm so happy.
This will make me to do more for our people.
The club also prioritizes the health of the people. Hence, a health talk on prostate enlargement was delivered by a medical consultant.
When this type of group occurs in the prostate gland, you see the patient has prostate cancer. As I said, it's quite different from the enlargement of the prostate gland that we talked about earlier. But both of them will cause enlargement and narrowing. But further than that, in cancer, the prostate gland will spread and start to grow in the backbone of the patient.
Since its inception in 1981, the club has continued to improve the lives of people of Esako through education, health, conflict resolution, advocacy, and human empowerment. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
In a heartfelt expression of gratitude, members of the Mighty Grace of God Miracle Ministry held their annual Thanksgiving and Harvest. The Harvest Thanksgiving held at the church's auditorium had as its theme, Mighty God. Joy Ibu reports.
It was a day of thanksgiving and celebration as members gathered to express their gratitude for a year filled with God's blessings. The ceremony drew a large audience, including church members, invited guests, and notable ministers of God. The event featured inspirational performances by the church choir, children choir, and guest music artists. The vibrant display of cultural dances by the children and women of the church added to the joyous atmosphere. Delivering the message of the day, Pastor Loki Sazuwa emphasized the significance of Thanksgiving as a sacrificial act of worship.
Thanksgiving that must be done to God must be done in the right way. There's no way you can do it well and it will not be well with you.
The General Overseer of the Church, Prophet Obamudia, called on the congregation to embrace love and sacrifice.
When you encounter God through His word, money will lose value. If you allow the spirit of humanity to be more in you, you will not discriminate your neighbor.
Members expressed gratitude to God for bringing them to the last month of the year in good health. They also shared their hopes and prayers for a prosperous year ahead.
When you give thanks to God, your sacrifice be accepted. It happened at the time of Cain and Abel. If you did not do well, you will not get well. Thanksgiving is joyful. It makes my life very sweet, my family and everybody around me. I just thank God for His protection for January to December.
The Thanksgiving was great. We thank God for everything.
In Benin, Joy Ibu, NTA News.
This is the main news bulletin on NTA Benin. It's time for more commercials. Don't go away.
Lighthouse University Ewo Banusa is now calling on qualified candidates for the ongoing 2024-2025 academic session. Available programs include mass communication, political science, international relations and diplomacy, criminology and security studies, accounting, public public administration, business administration, sociology, social works, microbiology, science laboratory technology, computer science, information technology, electronics engineering, and computer engineering. For more information, visit the website info@lighthouseuniversity.edu.ng or call the number 0811-163-4757. The school is located at kilometer 32 Benin Asaba Expressway, Ebobanusa, near Abudu, Edo State, Nigeria.
God be with you till we meet
In our hearts today and always, remember today our dear father, grandfather, and patriarch, Dr. Kolawole Shola Okiaya Inesan, who passed on to glory on the 4th of December 2023. May the Almighty God continue to grant him eternal rest. A maverick, maestro, and a truly remarkable husband and father. Signed, Adetokunbo Omorige Okiya Inesan and Honorable Justice Joy Orogo Okiya Ine for the family.
by his counsel's guide uphold you.
You're welcome back. The Palace of the Oba Benin has approved the 2024 program of activities for the annual Igwe Festival. During the festival, funeral celebrations are not permitted in Benin. Ifoma Okafo has the details.
Statement by the Secretary to the Benin Traditional Council, Mr. Frank Irabo, says the Oba of Benin, Ely II, prays God to keep death away from people's homes during the festival. The statement shows that the Uge will start with Otue Ugoroba ceremony, where all Benin chiefs will appear and pay homage to the Oba on Saturday, December 14, 2024 at 3 p.m. The event will be followed by Ugoroba traditional rites on December 17, 2024, when all eligible Benin chiefs will appear in ceremonial dance procession with ceremonial sword eben in Oba's palace. The statement also adds that the Otue Igwe ceremony, where all Benin chiefs will appear to pay homage to the Oba, is billed for December 21st, 2024 at the Oba's palace. Igwe traditional rite, which all the eligible Benin chiefs are expected to participate in ceremonial dance procession with Eben, begins at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Friday, December 27, 2024 is slated for Ugie Emobo traditional ceremony, where all Benin chiefs and palace functionaries will be present in Oba Palace at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, ahead of Igwe ceremony in the evening of the same day. Those concerned will fix their own time for the ceremony. Similarly, Igwe Dohia, which is a day set aside for all Edo people to perform their individual worship in their homes, is fixed for Sunday, December 29, 2024. The statement further adds that on Monday, December 30, 2024, Igwe ceremony, which brings blessings to all homes, starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The statement also says Palace reminds the general public that engagement may be fixed for any of the 3 days, in which case announcement will be made as appropriate. The palace also clarified that there will be sitting arrangement on 17th, 23rd, and 30th December 2024 for visitors. In Benin, Ifoma Okafo, NTA News.
And that concludes this news bulletin. Many thanks for watching. Do stay safe out there and protect yourself from Lassa fever. Good night.